Good afternoon. I'm Dennis Ward with a look at what our APTN National News reporters are working on. Temperatures may be dropping in Quebec, but the news cycle is just heating up. We go now over to Montreal, where our reporter Lindsay Richardson is lining up stories for the coming week.
Here in the Montreal Bureau, we're waiting to see if Quebec's Indigenous Affairs Minister, Yann Lafrenière, will keep to his promise to make one announcement a week until Christmas to implement the Viens Commission findings. He's currently at 3 for 3. Meanwhile, here's what else is making headlines. The City of Montreal adopts its new budget on December 7th. In it, a $15 million boost for police services and cuts for social housing. Frontliners say Indigenous women are being put at risk. The identity dispute dividing a nation. A high-profile artist says he's Indigenous. Abenaki chiefs say he's not. Supporters feel his work is too important to ignore. So what happens next? The fate of the Indigenous Health Centre of Tiohtià:ke. Other Canadian cities have them. Will it ever become a reality in Montreal? Don't wander too far. I'll have that and more coming up on APTN National News.
All 8 of the Indigenous languages in the Yukon are facing extinction. Our Sarah Connors takes a look at why they're disappearing and what communities are doing to bring them back.
The Yukon is home to 8 Indigenous languages, and all of them are disappearing. It's now estimated that there are less than 20 speakers for each language. Here on APTN National News, we'll be bringing you a perspective series on the Yukon's fight to save its languages. We'll learn why these languages are vanishing, and also meet the people who are doing their part to pass on these languages to the next generation. Perspectives on language revitalization in the Yukon, coming soon on APTN National News.
A new episode of Face to Face debuts tonight right after the APTN National News. Our guest is Angelina McLeod, a researcher, activist, filmmaker, and band counselor from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Northern Ontario. 101 years ago, in order to provide the city of Winnipeg with clean drinking water, Shoal Lake 40 was cut off from the mainland, and the aqueduct that was constructed to bring water to Winnipeg was built on the community's burial grounds.
I always think of it, even when I turn on the tap, I'm like, this is comes from our community, and this water probably contains our ancestors and the spirits of our ancestors. I think of stuff like that, and I think about the hardships of the people from Shoal Lake 40 that have gone through so many things for the benefit of Winnipeg's drinking water.
And that new episode of Face to Face airs tonight right after the APTN National News. For updates anytime, you can download the APTN News app or go to aptnnews.ca. I'm Dennis Ward. We'll see you tonight on the APTN National News at 6 Eastern and Mountain Time.